We're finding now on neuroscience studies that our brains are hardwired to be emotionally responsive. It's just that we neglect some of these parts of our brain, and therefore they're not formed the way that should be formed. They're not highlighted the way that they should be highlighted. Emotional intelligence is just like any other type of intelligence. It's important to continue to exercise that understanding, exercise that emotional communication.
And practice the daily. People do not get, you learn the tools with a therapist and you practice it. And you need to learn it, and you also need to practice it daily.
And a therapist gives you that accountability. A therapist gives you that track, to keep track of that. Because sometimes that's hard to track.
Absolutely. Not only is it hard to track, but it's hard to see while you're in the mix of it, while you're in the deep end of the pool, arguing with your spouse, arguing with your child, to actually recognize the pattern, and you fall into that, well, I'm right, they're wrong. When so many times we've seen couples, we've seen families where both parties have a very legitimate explanation, a very legitimate side, a very legitimate point, and it's finding that understanding, reconciling those core differences that we all have, and learning to compromise in areas which can be compromised, having that maturity.